welcome to my channel. So we're just going to jump right into the tutorial today. I've already cleansed, toned, and moisturized my face, so I'm starting off with the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Spray. Wow, that's a mouthful. Then next I'm using the Porefessional by Benefit to fill in any areas where I have larger pores. I do have combination skin, and my T-zone area, which is my forehead, nose, and chin, are more oily than my cheeks, so I do have larger pores in those areas. So the Porefessional just makes a huge difference. You can definitely tell when I don't use it. Next I am moving on and I'm going to prime the rest of my face using the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I personally like to prime my whole face because I do have pretty textured skin. As you can see, I do have some breakouts. My skin is acne prone, so I like to apply a primer all over my face to create an even canvas to start with and just to have that extra barrier between my skin and my makeup. Now I'm priming my eyelids using the Tarte Clean Slate 360 Degree Creaseless 12-Hour Smoothing Eye Primer. Wow, that's another mouthful. This has very quickly become one of my favorite eyeshadow primers. I purchased this not long ago and it's all I use at the moment. My eyeshadow does not crease whatsoever with this. It's very creamy and silky and it feels really nice on my eyelid. I have not yet worn it for more than 12 hours though, so I can't say if it really does last that long, but it has lasted at least 5 hours for me, maybe more. I love it. It's great. So today I decided to use my Revealed 3 palette by Coastal Scents. First I'm just taking this shade right here to set that eyeshadow primer, and then we're going to move on to the rest of the look. So I'm starting off with this taupey color right here as my transition shade, and using my Morphe E27 brush, I'm just grabbing a little bit of that on there and starting at the outer corner of my eye, blending it in towards the inner corner of my eye in the crease as well as a little bit above the crease. Next I'm taking some of this cranberry shade onto my Morphe E17 brush, and I'm going to start with the outer V of my eye because that's where I want to apply the most color, and I'm going to gradually start blending it in towards the inner corner of my eye, stopping about halfway there. Whatever color is left on my brush, I'm going to use that and just blend it all over my lid. I'm not picking up any more color. I'm just using what's left on my brush to blend it all over my lid towards the inner corner of my eye to create an ombre effect. Now I'm just using a clean Morphe E23 brush to blend everything out. That way there's no harsh lines. And it is totally okay if it takes you a while to blend out your eyeshadow. It probably took me about 5 minutes to blend this out, so just keep on blending until your eyeshadow is to your liking. Now I'm just doing the exact same thing on my other eye, and I'm going to again use that Morphe E23 brush to blend everything out so that way it just looks seamless and there's no harsh lines. Then I'm moving on to my brows. I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, which is my new favorite way to fill in my eyebrows. And if you guys do want a full tutorial on how to fill in your eyebrows, just let me know in the comments and I will film one for you. So this is a Morphe Cream Correct and Conceal palette, and the two shades that are circled are the ones I'm going to be using today. The first one is the green shade, and I'm just taking some of that onto a concealer brush and tapping it onto the areas where I have any redness. For instance, where I have some breakouts and around my nose, just wherever I have any redness, and the green shade is going to cancel that out. Next, I'm taking that other color, which is the concealer, and I'm just going to apply it on top of any of the areas where I applied the green, so that way when I apply my foundation, everything will just blend together very nicely. Next, I'm taking my NYX Dark Circle Concealer, and it does have a peachy tint to it, so that's just going to cancel out the bluish and purplish colors in your dark circles. Then I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. I did use my Morphe E45 brush just to blend it all out and make it look seamless. So today I am using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade Shell Beige. This is my favorite drugstore foundation. It's the only one that keeps me matte all day. Like I said, my T-zone is really oily, and it's the only one that keeps the oil from seeping through. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I just dab it onto my face, and I will take my beauty blender to blend it all out. And I do take whatever product is left on my beauty blender and dab it down onto my neck. That way everything just blends together really nicely. So I'm just using my NYX HD Concealer in the shade Light to conceal and highlight under my eyes, as well as on top of my nose, forehead, and chin. And when I conceal under my eyes, I just draw some strokes in a upside down triangle shape, and that is going to make your dark circles kind of blend in rather than stand out. And then I am just once again going to use my beauty blender to blend all of that concealer out. So next I am going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Translucent Powder to set my under eyes. If I skip this step, then my under eyes turn into a creasy mess and it just ruins my whole look. So I take my beauty blender and make sure to blend out any lines that may be under my eyes. Then I take a Real Techniques setting brush and I use that to set my under eye. And after I've set my under eyes, I just take a big fluffy brush with that same Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I set the rest of my face, especially around my T-zone area where I'm super oily. Next, I'm taking this shade right here in my NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, and I'm going to take a Morphe brush and just carve out my cheeks, forehead, nose, and jawline. Then I'll be taking a fluffy brush and blending it all out. So I personally like to take a smaller brush to blend out my nose contour. That way I can more precisely blend it out. It just makes it a lot easier. Next, I'm taking my Milani powder blush in the shade Tea Rose, and I'm just taking a Morphe brush to lightly apply that to the apple of my cheeks and blend it up towards my ear. You don't need a lot of this blush. It is pretty pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. So I'm using the Becca highlighter in the shade Moonstone, which is my favorite highlighter. And I'm taking a Morphe M403 brush to apply it to the tops of my cheekbones, as well on my temples, above my eyebrows, a little bit on my nose, and above my lip. Now it's time to finish off my eyes, so taking my Morphe M408 brush and dipping back into that cranberry color, I'm going to smudge it onto my lower lash line, starting from the outer corner of my eye, moving towards the inner corner, and again stopping about halfway. Then I'm going to take my Morphe E18 brush, and I'm not picking up any more product on this brush, I'm just using what's left over on it and blending out what I applied on my lower lash line. Next, I am going to curl my eyelashes and apply some mascara. I'm using the the Skinny Mascara. Then I'm going to apply my eyelashes, and today I chose to use the House of Lashes Bombshell. And now that my lashes are on, I am going to finish the look off with my lips, and I'm using the NYX Slide On Lip Liner in the shade Dark Soul. So I'm just going to outline my lips. I overline them a little bit just because I do have a very thin top lip, and my bottom lip is a little bit uneven, but then I go ahead and just color in the rest of my lip. And I'm using the NYX Matte Lipstick in the shade Merlot as my lip color today. Alright guys, so that completes this makeup tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.